Welcome to our next adventure with Chemology 411, a podcast about anything and everything. Kim and her guests will take you behind the scenes, behind the story, or behind the bar. So sit back. Make sure your seatbelt is fastened, tray table in its upright position, all carry-ons stored under the seats. But for this adventure, electronic devices must remain on, as we are ready to take off on our next adventure. Introducing Kim Schultz and Chemology 411.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 15. All I can say is so much holiday in such a short time. Jiminy Christmas. I'm Kim Schultz, and I'm your adventure coordinator for this show. Let's say hi to my co-host, Tyson Harley.
Kim, what's going on? I got 2 words for you.
What's that?
Or 1 word twice.
What?
2020.
Holy.
What?
I know.
I was thinking earlier that Prince didn't make it. Isn't that sad? Because when you think 2020, if you're our age-ish, you go, geesh, I remember back when it was, the century turn.
Right, 1999.
Whether you're young, yeah, and that's the initial thing you think of. Party like it's 1999. And Prince
didn't make it.
Yeah, didn't make it this far. Even though he would be the age where you'd hope that he would just age gracefully.
Yeah,
he didn't have those issues that Michael did, but he didn't make it. But
what I'm kind of upset about is I don't understand why Mad Dog 2020 didn't have a huge campaign. Remember Mad Dog 2020?
No.
It is that it's like the hobo wine. It's like it used to just come in grape. It's like I call it a hangover in a bottle.
So it's like Hills, but even worse.
Oh yeah. But it's called Mad Dog 2020, and they've got now they have like 10 different flavors.
It's
still out. It's still out.
Why didn't they?
But I'm thinking, dude, marketing geniuses should have been on there going, this is our year, man. Let's get these 20-some-year-old millennials or whatever. Let's show them what a real hangover is. Right. Because that gives you a hangover. And in fact, I bought
Does it come in a box?
It's a square bottle. It's a square bottle. And my friend actually bought me a bottle of it a couple years ago. And my daughter, who is 29 years old, a couple years ago. She never really drank when she was younger. She waited till she was 21 because we don't want to break the law, she said. Yeah, that's what I said too.
I'm not a drinker, so I more or less waited. I know, nerd, right? But thing was, I was in the service, so it was legal overseas before then. So
you didn't?
Yeah, I had overdrunk overseas too much.
Oh,
so
there
by
you
the time
go.
21 rolled around, I was like, okay, that's enough of that.
I'm kind of done. Well, she took my bottle because she's like, she kept eyeing it, and she's like, what is it? And it looks like grape juice. It looks like it's going to taste good. And then I said, you know what? You can take it because I am never drinking Mad Dog 2020 again. And she took it, and I said, how was it? And she goes, gross.
So FYI, audience, we haven't seen each other for 2 weeks.
I know.
And so this is actually
forever.
This is the first episode that we're recording, even though it's coming out on the 14th. First one we're recording in the New Year's.
Yeah.
Hey, is it time for
Quick Hits with Tyson Harley.
We still don't have a sound effect.
No, we have not yet.
So, yes, it is, right?
Yes, it is. Bam!
So,
What?
Hey, we're in the Midwest. I know some people might be getting a little bit tired of the Kansas City Chiefs, but I think mostly not because Pat Mahomes is still that young star that's fun to watch, got a good personality. So by the time you guys listen to this, we'll know what happened in the divisional round.
Right.
But you talk about a happy holidays. The New England Patriots lost, which is good for everybody but Boston area, New England area is happy for that. If for nothing else, it means someone else has a chance.
Right.
And so definitely Kansas City, we were psyched about that. And area, basically this region, because we're not in Kansas City.
I think they got more cheers on them losing than when the Chiefs won.
Crazy. And then on the NFC side, the New Orleans Saints. So kind of the same idea. Older quarterback, Hall of Fame first ballot, expected to be one of the big teams, loses in the very first round. So crazy. And I think the Chiefs can win this Super Bowl. But I have my doubts, and the only other place that I'm putting anything outside of this podcast and my Facebook is on Arrowhead Pride, which is a SB Nation site for Kansas City. So I have put my skepticism/concern. So you can go find some of that over there on Arrowhead Pride, where I have some sports takes. And some people are like, "Oh, give me a break," which is, I get that a lot about my opinions. So it's fine. But basically, the 10-second version is they're playing Mahomes like he's Alex Smith and not Mahomes from last year.
Right.
And if you go look, the stats are practically identical to Alex Smith from 2 years ago, as opposed to how Patrick Mahomes played last year. It's crazy how identical it is. So I'm putting a new one up about that, too. So that's... quick hit number 1. Number 2, I saw some personalized license plates on the way over.
Oh, yeah.
Do you dig them?
No.
Yeah, I've never had them, and I'm kind of a privacy guy, so I saw around here, what it made me think of it, because it's the one that I saw, is that there's this little Division II conference for colleges here in this region. It's called the MIAA. I don't even know, Anyway, it's MIAA. There's like 12, 13 schools in it, and it has the most unique mascots. I would put up these set of mascots against ones anywhere in the country. Right. Because he sets some mascots. First, let's just start with a local one. The Ichabods.
You know what? I'm a Washburn University graduate. I'm an Ichabod.
The little
it's a
guy,
little man.
The little guy looks like someone he's got his little Monopoly hat on, and he's striding across the road. So it starts with Ichabods, but wait for it. There's also the mules and the Jennies out of central Missouri. There's the Broncos. It seems kind of usual, central Oklahoma, but it's with CHOS, so I'm not sure what's going on there. We've got 2 different tigers. Now we have lions. Lions you see, but not that much in college.
And tigers and bears?
Yeah, we got lions and 2 tigers. We got blue tigers.
Oh, blue
But wait
tigers.
for it, the Lopers. The Lopers out of University of Nebraska at Kearney or whatever.
What's a loper?
I don't know. It sounds, maybe it's in like an antelope type, or I have no idea.
It could be.
We also have the Jets, which is a little unusual in college. The Riverhawks, the Bearcats. One of the best ones, probably the most unique, Pitt State what?
Pitt State Penguins?
Gorillas.
Oh, gorillas, yes.
Gorillas.
Yes, I do that.
And one other one that's weird. Oh, yes. Wait a second. The Missouri Western State University Griffins.
I wonder if they're related to the Gryffindors on Harry Potter.
Yeah, so anyway, very strange mascots. That was hit number 2. And 3, kind of transitioning to what you have to say. What's going on right now, although by the time you hear this will be a little bit further along, want you to know that, yeah, the big thing is what's going on over in Iraq and about Iran. And it happened over the holidays, so I was away from my usual computer,
right.
With the attacks or trying to stop attacks and missiles and bombings and stuff. I am not aware of everything. I do not have my facts down, but we are thinking of probably doing something that delves into that a little bit, and as a future episode, that's probably will be the next episode, and then also just the idea broadly around the topic of how you can be misinformed on heated stuff like this by the media if you're not careful.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is, war is not good because people are dying, but war sometimes is necessary. I get all that, but with the amount of media out there, it's all of a sudden it becomes if you say anything, you're anti-American and you do this and then next thing you know, like 1 billion people died yesterday, and then they're like, nobody died, and then they're like, but that story keeps going around because other countries are inputting information into our cycle. They're paying to throw it in there. And what people in America, the United States, does not realize is that every country has the internet, and they can filter stuff into your news feed that are totally fake, and nobody reads the stories. They read the headlines, and they're like,
crazy.
Americans, like 9 Americans are killed after the bombings. Yeah. 13 years ago, but nobody looks at the dates, and they read these stories and they're not even looking at the dates, and they're looking at a previous war, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. And so we do want to talk a lot about that.
Well, we're aware of the fact that we're not up to speed, and it's going to be a week removed. We're still going to put it out there.
We're going to talk about it.
And I'm going to just try to delve into it a little bit more. I just don't know enough about how much is the dog, was it tail wagging the dog, and what facts really, whether the timing is funky, like
Right.
last impeachment, or what's going on. So
Yeah.
we will get into that a
Well,
little bit.
we wanted to talk about that. So on our Facebook, in our Facebook group, if you have anything, make comments and let us know what you think. Give us good articles that actually talk about what's really going on, and if you even found an article that is just like horrible, post it and just say, here's a horrible article, like just so that we can show people what not to pay attention to. So yeah, we do want to talk about that a little bit.
I'm done with my quick
Well,
hits.
Talking
Oh,
about,
I didn't mean to. I shot the guy this
oh,
time.
you did.
That's a way to win. 1, 2, 3.
So the biggest thing around here is, it was a couple months ago when we found out that Motley Crue was going back on tour. Remember, they said, we're never going to tour again. They're kind of like Cher and every other person, like, we're done touring. And they had that. There was a Netflix movie out, and I really wish I would have looked what it was. But there was actually a movie about Motley Crue, and it was really, really good. And so somebody can comment after that about what that was called. But it was really, really good because I watched it, and it was how the band came together. And I knew when I was watching that last year that if they were all still alive, because I don't follow Motley Crue, and they were all able to do it, I was like, yeah, they're going to go back on tour, because you put out a movie and then you
Yep.
go back on tour if you're able to.
Brings up the interest.
So the interest
Then a
came
movie
around.
biopic like all the others, if we
Correct.
can find some.
Right. And so it did. And so they announced Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, and then Joan Jett. And they might have added somebody else by now. I don't know. But it's like all these names. I've seen Def Leppard and I've seen Poison a couple times. I'm not a big concert goer,
Right.
but I am trying to go for the nostalgia. It's like the concerts from our time, like, this is probably going to be the last time. So when they released the first set of concerts, they started in July, and there was nothing really in the East except Chicago and Denver. And so my friends and I were talking about, well, let's make a trip to Chicago to go see it. And I was like, I mean, we can, but they're going to come to Kansas City. And they're like, but they're not. Here's the schedule. And here's the schedule. They're not. And I'm like, dude, it's Kansas City. Like, look at where they're at. They're all on the East Coast. They don't really have a lot in the Midwest. So almost every stadium is going to come to Kansas City. I mean, we're pretty freaking big and bad around here. Nobody understands that Kansas City
It's the regional,
yeah, it's a big area. And so it was like tickets went on sale, and they were like, if we miss out on this because we believe you, and all of a sudden, like it was like a week or two later, and here's more tour dates. June 23rd. It's like a Tuesday. Kauffman
weird.
Stadium.
Whoa.
Yeah, Kauffman Stadium. And so then my friends were trying to buy tickets, and some
That's
people,
the Royals Stadium, for those of you who don't know.
right, the Kansas City Royals, and it's right next to Arrowhead Stadium
Right.
with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the same parking lot. And so I told my friend, I said, this is going to be one of those concerts that you're going to have to investigate and try to find the best deal. And she said, okay. So she's looking up tickets, and we're talking couple $100.
Say the
here and
lineup
there.
again.
It is
Poison.
it's
Def
Poison,
Leppard,
Def Leppard,
Motley
Joan
Crue.
Jett, and Motley Crue.
Joan Jett. And the headliner is Motley Crue?
No, I think
this
they
kind of-
said Def Leppard ends the
okay.
concert. But the weird thing about it is they said it starts at 4:30, and then my friend said they looked at the concert lineup, which I couldn't find. I'm just not a concert goer. I don't know where you find this stuff. And they're like, it's over like by 7:30.
It doesn't make sense. That's
Like, is
4
this because
acts.
we're like old? Really?
Why
like,
don't you go home?
yeah, it's like,
Well,
oh.
you can still see.
Because you know what, it's the summer, so 7:30. We still like that's when things start. So I don't believe that.
Well,
like
there's
I
a
don't
couple of
believe
things.
it.
I'm not a concert goer either, so I could be totally wrong about this. But that type of thing, do they usually do it just in the middle of the week? I mean,
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah, they do. Because you have to think about they only have 3 months to do outside tours. And so they do tours like 2 days in a row, then they have a day off. And I think we're like the first or second of the tour. So like they'll be ready to go and they'll be like, ah, by the last like August, they'll be like, crap.
Who does We're Not Gonna Take It?
Is that Quiet Riot? I don't know.
Okay, yeah. We can say it with one of them at the end. It's more like, we're
not
gonna do
take
it.
We're done.
Oh, we're not gonna do it.
Nah, I'm sure they're making a pretty penny on this concert. Yeah. But reality is that we don't have our tickets yet. They don't go on sale till like the 10th. And they've been trying to find them. I have different groups of people that have already got their tickets, and I'm not buying tickets. So if I go to the concert, I'll pay for the ticket that someone else has purchased and someone canceled, or they invite me to go.
Gotcha.
I will do that. I will definitely do that.
Oh yeah, I put in a drawing for that Chiefs game. I didn't get it though.
You know,
as far as I know, I would think they would have just announced it already.
Yeah, you would have thought. There's a lot
never
of
go
them.
to Chiefs. I never go to Chiefs games. They're expensive. But like if I won and just had to pay for parking and stuff, I might.
Yeah. They're fun. I enjoy going, but I didn't go this year. I don't know. 2019 was a whole different year, and I'm finally, so as an accountant, my job, I do payroll for a lot of different people, and I, being the smart person I am, decided to schedule a Florida vacation on January 15th. It was really the only time I could go, meaning that I had to have all 22 clients taken care of and done, which
you
normally...
You don't have to?
Yeah, because all the taxes are due on the 15th. Oh. And then, I have to pay all the taxes and all that stuff. I got to reconcile.
Was due on the 15th.
All
Business?
Of federal taxes are due on I have to pay them. Like I have to pay all the taxes.
Oh, you mean that thing where you got to do the monthly?
I got to do the monthly. I got to do the month in,
Gotcha.
the whatever. But when I get back on the 22nd, everything has to be done. And who wants to come back from vacation on stress? So I've been working my behind off. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how some people get breaks and stuff like that when we talk about the holiday season. But it has been, I got it done. Like, I'm literally done. I have 100 W-2s left to put in envelopes to mail. And all my other W-2s are out and ready to rock and roll. I was done on the 7th with all that stuff. So I was pretty happy with the way the end of the year turned out, but I just took on 5 new clients. So I am so excited, because my business is growing exponentially when it comes to the accounting part. And the weird thing is that I never focused on the accounting part. I've always focused on helping the community, and I just had my little things over here, and I would do an odd job here. And the next thing I know, all these people are opening these businesses. And because of the way the 1099s work now, they really have to do payroll. And so I have a lot more clients because businesses they're coming to me, and
we covered that distinction in a previous episode.
To start the business. So they can't do a 1099. They need to do a W-2, and most people don't know how to do all the payroll stuff. So I'm excited about that. But I do have to tell you that I have enjoyed this week immensely because it's just a normal week.
Yeah, I came back late Sunday night, so I haven't enjoyed the week per se. Your main topic today is everything being, all the holidays feeling kind of weird, right?
Right.
Like just the effect of the holidays being so close with that Thanksgiving being a week late, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you one effect for me is, man, I got this nice air bed, and I'm like, I don't need to use anybody's bed. I'll use my air bed. Anyway, it worked really good down at my mom's house, but when I went up to my sister's house, I'm like, I won't even bother the nephew and sleep on his bed. He didn't have to sleep on the couch. I didn't sleep well for like 5 nights.
Oh, no.
Man, now I know what people with insomnia go through a little bit because, man, I the other day I got back on Monday, which is a couple days ago. I went and slept like 13 and a half hours straight.
Oh, my God.
Between staying up because it was the nephew's, days off of school and then not sleeping well once I went once I went, man, I hardly got any good sleep.
Well, but you're a night owl, right?
I don't go to bed early.
Right. So when you travel to your mom or your sister's house, do they stay up late as well? So, like, are you having to go to bed?
My mom and sister do not. So I usually end up going to bed a little bit earlier there because they're already down, and my mom gets up early.
Right.
So I don't know how many of you have parents who are like they're older, but they're really probably awake just as much. They just shifted it.
Right.
They're up so early. Even on days off, which at this point all my mom's days are days off because she's retired. So she gets up plenty early, but then like really early. But then she's done by about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
See, that's like, I'm just like getting in to finally done working. And I'm like, I have to stay up till like 11.
10:30, 11 at least.
I have to, because if not, I will be up at 6 in the morning, and I have no need to be up at 6.
I will never get up that early. Now, when I had my old job kept me, I would often not leave till 5:30, but the job I have, and then it really seems like, especially if you say you go work out, you really want to have more decompression time.
Yeah.
But my new job finishes at 4:30, or the job I have now, it's not new. And so there's a little bit more time but I still just kind of linger.
Yeah.
Not so much. I'm not doing stuff. I'm just lingering awake for the most part. Watching something on TV and browsing through something on the computer. So, yeah, the sleep schedule is kind of different, though, right? Because I'm sure some of you, some of the audience members, your sleep is different when you go visit somebody and or when somebody else visits you. Now, it used to be that my mom felt frustrated if I didn't get up with her, like I was wasting the day away. She doesn't do that anymore. She lets me sleep a little bit.
Let me sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to be crabby.
But yeah, sleep schedule gets really weird when you visit people. I don't know if you guys agree or not, or can give some examples, but for me, it gets pretty strange.
Right, yeah.
When you visit somewhere else. Sometimes you sleep well, but just the schedule is different. And then, like I said, this time I kept going, no, it's all right. This is because that same bed had worked before, and then it just didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just maybe had more in my brain because more things were going on.
I think that like at first when you had Thanksgiving, it's like, okay, that was going, but it was such a nonstop energy, go. Now we got to get the shopping done. Now we got to get this done. I mean, because it's jam packed, but you know what? It to me, in my time, it was like 52 days between Christmas and New Year, between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like my days, like the end of the year were like in slow motion. And I loved it because I was just like, I'd wake up and I'm like, it's only Tuesday.
Well, you know what's Thursday? Sometimes Thanksgiving you have this like false sense of security as far as how long do you have till Christmas. So I wonder if more people kind of jumped on stuff early as far as shopping. I actually did.
I did not.
You did not. Well,
No.
I mean, I don't buy a lot of stuff, but I got some stuff out of the way early. And then another thing you said is like, although it seems it was squished together, if you took days off, all of a sudden those days off were in a pretty short period of time in between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Because I took off 12 days in that time period.
See, and that's what we were going to talk about. So I'm self-employed. I don't have paid holidays. I have work. So work has to get done regardless. So I literally spent the Saturday and Sundays in front of my computer getting everything prepared, all my folders, got to get all my 2020 stuff ready. Because I'm leaving on the 15th, and I just I don't want to run into tax season and have finishing up end of year. I need the break. Like I need the time.
Not as many of your movies?
Do what?
Like your usual holiday. Well, you said you tend to get that out of the way early.
The TV shows are always on in the background. I don't ever get to really watch TV, and I watch my TV at night. I still have my different shows that I watch at night, but I'm not going to bed till 11:30, 12, 1 o'clock because I'm working, the whole weekend. But then I didn't do anything on Tuesday and Wednesday of both, like Christmas Eve and Christmas, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I didn't do no work whatsoever. Like people on New Year's Eve I'm in Kansas City. I went to the casino on New Year's Eve, and I'm in Kansas City all day at the casino, and people are texting me, and I'm thinking, oh, you poor people, you're at work. I am not home until Thursday. Like, I'm going to get home Wednesday, but I had things to do Wednesday, and I'm not working. I literally work on the weekends, and all my clients, they know that I'm available 7 days a week, day, night, doesn't really matter. But if I'm not working, I'm like, you're going to have to wait till Thursday. So I had a couple of those people on Tuesday, but then I also set up meetings on Friday, which I never work on Fridays. I like to clean house on Fridays, get ready for the weekend on Fridays, and I actually worked that Friday because I did take off Tuesday, Wednesday.
So this week you said it's good to be back in your
It's good because it's just normal. It's my Monday. I woke up and I worked at home on Monday. I worked at home on Tuesday, which, by the way, I've got a schedule and I totally forgot to schedule Tuesday. And so I shoved all this stuff into today. So when I woke up yesterday, I was like, where's my Tuesday? I totally forgot to schedule it because I pre-planned my whole week on my schedule. And so I was like, rock on! So I took some stuff today, and so today wasn't as bad as it had to. So I actually got to go to Walmart today and pick up some light bulbs because I was going to kick butt. Because literally, I'd rather work a 12-hour day and take some other days off than me push it out all and then have stuff to dwindle over because I'm going out of town this weekend. So I wanted it done.
I'll tell you what, if I could, I would front load every single week. I don't quite have that flexibility, but I would front load every single week and go, if it's okay with you, I'm going to be, I know there's something to be said for being there during the clock period, but if I could make, leaving on a Friday at 2 o'clock every week or 1 o'clock, I would stay late and go early to do that every single time.
Right.
This week, in fact, I kind of like it when I have excuses to do that. Like this week, I have to head into the city on Friday, and if I don't leave early enough, it's going to be right through the mess of the traffic. So that's why I worked late today and then tomorrow because you know how it is. And that's just Kansas City. It's worse elsewhere.
Right.
Some of you guys just going to have traffic regardless, I know. But for us, if you get towards Kansas City, towards Kansas City, the right parts of Kansas City at 3 or 3:15.
Yeah,
you can get through things, but once 3:45, 4 o'clock hits, and then you're still traveling through. Good luck.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
So let alone 4:30 or 4:45. So this week I have an excuse to work ahead and get on through at I'm going to try to be leaving at 2:30.
Oh yeah,
I'm helping
and
somebody
it's supposed
move.
to be bad. Like the weather's supposed to be bad. We're supposed to have
I haven't
ice.
looked yet.
Yep,
someone
ice
I know
and snow.
they got their first home. Yay!
Yay! We congratulate
I don't
them.
know why they looked for it in
the January. Yeah.
So I'm like, good buddy, and so it's like, hey, I hope us
Yeah,
move.
it could get pretty nasty Friday.
that's
Okay
great.
on Saturday though.
Yeah, I heard it could.
But
so we'll see.
I'm not.
I don't think it's supposed to get cold. So
No.
We'll be. They don't have a lot of stuff. I help them move in, so I know how much stuff they have.
Right.
So I'll be helping somebody move in January. So well, hopefully.
Well, and my friends just sold their house and bought a new house, and they were moving on that. You know that Sunday when we got like the 6 inches of snow?
Yeah.
They were moving that day. I was like, well, you picked. First of all, it's December, so like moving in December, you in the Midwest, you're taking a big chance anyway. And
Right,
we've had
that's what I'm saying.
we've had a pretty mild, winter, and I'm not complaining about it. I am leaving for Florida next week. It's gonna be 80 degrees, and so I'll send pictures to you.
Maybe that'll be when it comes in.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to snow when I come home on the 22nd, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers. Oh, well, I mean, if my flight gets canceled, I guess I could stay another week.
Exactly. Working off your points again.
I don't have to use points. I have to reschedule my flights. It'd be like they closed down the airport. To be like, maybe we should just leave on Sunday now.
See, previous episode of using your points, which I still haven't tried to budge my cards at all.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
There's a previous episode on that.
Yeah, because I fly 5 times a year just on points.
And I fly 0 times a year. Almost in the last 10 years.
Almost.
In the last 10 years, we're getting down to an average of about 0.
0?
I think I've traveled via airplane once in that time period.
And before I start tax season, anybody that listens to any kind of book, they always say set goals so that you can achieve them. And my goal is to get to Dallas. And so last night I booked my Dallas trip. So I'll be gone 9 days in May over the Memorial Day weekend again. I'm going to go down to Dallas. So I booked that. So I want to get to my Florida trip, and then I just want to look forward to Dallas, which is going to get me through tax season really fast.
For those of us having a 9 to 5, we're about to hit the drought.
Yeah.
So what happens is you have that President's Day, and after that you got a big drought between holidays.
Yeah.
Right. I think the next one's July 4th.
Memorial Day.
Oh yeah. Memorial Day. So
Day.
still though, you're talking early February, March, April, May into May. So
I don't know what are these holidays you're talking about.
3.5. Yeah.
I don't know.
What I call you the other day when you first told me about your January 15th holiday?
What?
Rubber inner.
Rubber inner, yeah.
So
yeah, and I'll be doing a superstar segment down there, and I'm going to be talking to my cousin David. He's got his own Crazy Dave. He has his own contracting company, and so I'll be doing that. And I'll probably be talking to my uncle as well, because that's my dad's twin brother. So
nice.
I would like to do some. I'm taking all my equipment, so I will be doing some stuff down there to add into it.
Identical
twins, yeah. So
confusing for you.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have many naps?
Naps?
Yeah.
No, I did not have naps.
Man, did I nap.
You did?
I think I won one contest. My sister won another. Go visit, see how often we can nap. My sister has a strange schedule like you because she only works 3 days a week.
Oh, fun.
You know, they're 12s, but it's only... So, you know, by the middle of every fourth day, I feel like you'd almost fall into that kind of depression of what am I doing with my life? Right. And then it would start up and be like, oh, no. It's a 12. I would take it, though. But, yeah, you put on here that it seems like all we do is celebrate, eat, shop, and crave. Oh, eating. Oh, my gosh. I ate so much. Actually, when I came back in between the two, I'd eaten enough. So there's a thing. We won't do an excursion or anything on it. But if you look this up, it's very interesting. The articles are out there about if you fast for 72 hours, your body starts getting rid of some of your immune system and recreates it.
Right.
So it's like it resets the immune system.
Yeah.
Well, so I get back on a Friday from Christmas, and I go, you know what? I got all weekend, and I'm here fairly early on a Friday. I think I'll try to go 48 hours because I'd eaten a lot down there. And I think that was part of what made it more tolerable. I didn't eat as much as usual because we weren't there as long. 48 hours is no problem. Really no problem. But then I looked, it's almost as soon as I decided that, it said, it's actually supposed to be 72. I'm like, I may or may not go 72. So I ate a lot, but then I took that nice fast.
Now, did you drink water? Like, what did you...
Yeah, so for this, the fast, if you look, and I don't know whether it's just because the studies only went 72 hours or whether somebody really tried to find the distinguishing time period as really 60 or whatever. You know, maybe something... a high percentage of that effect happens after 48. I don't know. But most of them say as long as you're under 200 calories, it's the same thing. Your body, because you're going to burn a lot more than that in a day. So I took was my usual supplements. I took my supplements and my minerals I would normally take and then drank a lot of water. It wasn't really that hard.
Well, and so starting out this new year after eating a lot of food, actually my Fitness Pal just said 15 days ago, I started with my Fitness Pal, and I have to log all my food and all my calories. And the reason that I do that is because it shows you, it reminds you, that's not good. And so like today, so my calories are set at 1,300 calories a day without working out. And then when I work out, it adds about 450, 500 calories. All right. So I started logging that. And because I told myself I had gained, and it was only because I made this freaking Black Forest cake with my daughter, and I brought the half of it home, and I'm
Should have
just
told me about it. I would have helped save you. Anyway, how
you're
much?
gone. So I had gained weight, and I weigh a lot for my size. I'm not a big person, but I weigh a lot.
You're
and
dense.
I got on the schedule and I was like, holy crap. So I said, you know what? I got 5 pounds to lose before I go to Florida. I got 5 pounds, and that's just going to put me back down to what I was before the holiday. And
Wait,
so
say that type of cake again. So
it was the Black Forest cake. We made it homemade scratch.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's got like, oh my gosh.
So
Yes,
you
that's my
got your
brother about it.
five off or not?
I think I did because I started my Fitness Pal, and I started logging everything, and it just cause Fitness Pal is pretty cool because like you can find a recipe online and then you just download the recipe and it just automatically tells you everything. So like today I did my Herbalife shake in the morning, and I did one that was hazelnut. So I had my 0-calorie hazelnut stuff. I put a little chocolate chips in it. So it was about 189 calories. For lunch, I had, no, that was my lunch. I didn't have breakfast because I had a meeting. So that was my lunch. I grabbed some celery and carrots and stuff like that. I got through like 2 pieces of celery before my daughter came over. We did a taste testing video today on my Facebook, so you have to go and watch all that because we tasted a bunch of crap. But I really only took little bites of it, and I threw the rest of it away because we had so much to look at. Ate that. Then I made chicken, Philadelphia cream cheese chicken enchiladas for dinner, and I made pico de gallo, homemade pico de gallo this week. That's been my snack. So tonight my dinner was actually like 500 calories, and normally I would have eaten 2 of those burritos, but I didn't want it. I'm not hungry because I've been really watching my weight, and it had nothing to do with it. Like I didn't go like I can only have this many calories. I literally have 800 more calories to eat today, and I'm not going to eat that but I am going to eat probably a spoonful of peanut butter or something later because you really need 1,300 calories. Like you can't starve your body. So I still have more food to eat, but I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I don't think either of us mean to condescend around those with like type 2 diabetes.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have all that.
But if you're lingering near there, it's hard to believe, but after you get over it's basically a sugar addiction, and it's really your body is working off of a different fuel system.
Right, yep.
If you can get past that, but you have to get past it.
Yeah.
It's easier than you think. It's kind of like someone who has decent amount of carbs, then at least trying paleo, but lesser than that. You have a lot of carbs because you think you're supposed to. You can decrease that unless you've really gone clinical.
Right, yeah.
You know, you just have to get to that point.
Well, and I love dessert. So I went and got it's Dylan's brand, but like the Jell-O brand cheesecakes in a box. I didn't put the crust together, but I make the pudding part of it, and then I made 6 servings in my little baby containers, and that's what I eat for dessert. And it's 110 calories to add for my dessert because I'm going to eat dessert. So I'm not going to go through and say like, I'm not going to eat sugar anymore because I'm an addict to the sugar, but I can now go without it, as opposed to when I get done with the meal, my mouth just goes, where's the sugar? And I need something on there. So it took 15 days, and today was the first day, and I'm like, I'm not hungry, and I'm busy and stuff like that.
So you're talking about that transition I was just talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And Chelsea and I talked about it during the taste testing today as well, because Chelsea's pretty much a little health nut as well.
That's kind of like if you do the whole idea of how if you have like Chinese food, all of a sudden you're hungry an hour and a half later. Mm-hmm. It's kind of related to that.
Right. Right. Well, and like
the glycemic index.
I went up and I was like, I need something else to eat because it's like when I don't eat enough, but I'm not hungry anymore. So instead of grabbing that, I grabbed an orange. And so I'm trying to grab more healthier things. And so anyway, after the new year, that's one of my things, and I'm going to do it. I've got 90 days. So I'm on day 15. I've got to do it for 90 days. I have to log my fitness pal.
Your resolution type.
Remember my 90 days I do?
Yeah, instead of full.
90 days. So when I'm on vacation, it'll be interesting because New Year's Eve, I kind of blew everything because I had like 6, 8, I don't know, beers. And from what I remember, it was really good. I had a really good time. And
People tell me.
I did have some Screwball, which is peanut butter whiskey, and it is to die for. I do not drink whiskey. I drink Screwball. I'm just telling you. So anyway, that was kind of that. We went to my friend's house for New Year's Eve, and he had a party at his house, and it was people coming in and out, and we were there till I think we got home at 3:00 in the morning. We played What's Your Meme, and they were playing a really fun game. I didn't play it, but it's called Right, Left, Center, and you win money, and it looked really cool. And Christmas, I just went to my mom's house. And so I don't have like the Christmas that you're like having to travel and you have like the breakfast and the family. I don't have that. I went to my mom's house Christmas Eve. I did nothing on Christmas Day but worked. I sat at home and I did stuff on the computer. I watched TV. I didn't leave the house.
So this year we had to be back earlier because my sister had to be back earlier. So really the 3.5, 4 days worked better because get back on a Friday. And it's almost like it seemed like I had a longer break.
Right.
Because I still had a full weekend.
Yeah.
Even so, it was almost better. Nothing against Mom. Love her dearly. Don't see her enough. But it did almost feel like that was plenty for that.
Yeah.
And then you got your whole weekend still.
Yeah.
It seemed like a humongous... Now, when I went back to work for a 1 day before I took off, there's a lot of stuff to do. But nothing... nothing was burning.
It's the end
hot.
of the year.
I spent an extra hour and a half at work before I left again on the Monday. So, yeah.
Well, awesome. So we are going to conclude this episode 14, and we hope that you guys will comment about what you guys did for Christmas, New Year's. We want to hear about it. So thank you so much for giving us your time. We appreciate our listeners and are excited that our show is still going. And I'm excited to be back after 2 weeks. That's a long time. We're going to have 2 more weeks because I'm going to be gone. And so I don't know. That's such a long time. I don't know why I travel so much. Anyway, make sure to comment on our Facebook group Chemology 411. And if you haven't joined yet, I'm not even talking to you.
Yeah. So remember, some of the future stuff we're looking at are drug prices, especially leaning towards an idea that a listener had is, how can we get prescription drugs at GoodRx so inexpensive, less than my insurance plan? And then also we're going to do that topic on the current Iran-Iraq situation / the broader topic of how do you know what to believe in these high drama type situations. And then also when we do the GoodRx, also I've just got some stuff on drug prices in general, and that's always an interesting phenomenon. Yeah. And you're going to do one, of doing one on tipping.
Yeah, I'm working on one about tipping. All aspects of it. And then I'm also still working on the minimum wage. They just changed the federal law, just changed with the making $17.10 an hour salary people now have to be paid overtime. That's kind of interesting, but I want to show people how $15 an hour is going to affect communities where I'm working on that. It's going to take a little while, but I'm going to have some good examples so that people can actually see it and not just someone go, "Oh no, it's not going to change a thing." I'm going to show you how it changes things because it does when you're dealing with a budget. So those are the things that we're working on. Thank you, Tyson, for helping keep Chemology 411 going.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I got a really creepy quick hit I'm going to talk about on one of these episodes too.
Ooh,
like creepy. I was working on it tonight. I'm like, I can't quite get it to the point that we need to for us to start recording. So wait for that.
All right, so make sure you go check out our other episodes. We are on 15, and that means there's about like 18 or 19 things to listen to, and we're getting there. Make sure you share it with your friends because they're missing out if they're not listening. So anyway, we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.